guys, he's back. The lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose is back. Made his return to Monday Night Raw earlier this week in the ending of the Go Home edition of Summerslam Go Home edition of Raw. Dean Ambrose made his return, being revealed that he is going to be the one to be in his Shield brethren Seth Rollins' corner this Sunday for the Intercontinental Championship match at SummerSlam. So, of course, the question here comes, and of course, and a lot of us have been speculating this for a while, as it was the original plans for WrestleMania this year. When, oh when, will Dean Ambrose turn heel? The obvious answer now, since he's back with the new look, the haircut, the beard, giving him that heel look. As I said before, it kind of makes him look a little bit like Triple H. Well, the appearance. Well, except he's a little slim. But also the fact also is looking at that look he has with the shorter hair makes you think back to when he was a heel with the Shield days. And that's what it reminded me of as well. So it looks like they're trying to bring back that more angry, more mean look. Not that Ambrose didn't have it before, but with the longer hair. I'm botching like crazy in that, guys. What's going on here with me? With the longer hair, though, you kind of look like you got more of like a corny side. Well, now I feel we're going to see a more dark sense Dean Ambrose soon, as I'm still predicting that turn to happen this Sunday at the Intercontinental Championship match at SummerSlam. But the question, though, is why? And I'll probably discuss this in a few videos, but we'll maybe do this video discussing why does Dean Ambrose need to turn heels, because there have been some more suggestions for me lately for my top 10 streams. And there are some things that have been suggested that they're great topics, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's not really 10 reasons to really explain this. So I want to take one of those topics, which again, shout out to my good friend Lauren Hutton for suggesting this topic. Why does Dean Ambrose need to turn heel? So I will do just a short little, topic video. I haven't really done one of these topic videos for a long time now, but I will do this. So here's my discussion, and let me you guys know in the chat and down in the comment section what you guys think. So why should Dean Ambrose turn heel? Why is it time? 2018 SummerSlam is the right time for Dean Ambrose to turn heel. So here's the thing. I've really thought more and more the past few weeks of when a heel turn should take place. I've discussed how many times about how I feel Becky Lynch may be the verge of turning heel. There's kind of planting the seeds I still feel for a Charlotte and Becky feud going into Evolution, which, guys, in case you're not here, it's going to be an all-women's pay-per-view in October 28th, called Evolution. If you haven't heard about it yet, that's happening. We've heard that how many freaking times. But anyway, so this is focusing on Dean Ambrose. Now, again, like I said before, in Becky Lynch's situation, it feels like she has that babyface momentum. People want to see her, win that championship. The odds are stacked against her, though, now, those with her best friend Charlotte being added into the mix, which, of course, could frustrate Becky. She was on this momentum, getting all these wins, and Charlotte comes out of nowhere, takes it away from them. However, though, in reality, in hindsight, we kind of feel the same way. Would we want to cheer Charlotte for, getting in the way of Becky's, momentum and whatnot? So that's an awkward situation. But then, of course, also, getting onto, the right path of this video. What stood out to me that made me think of, what to talk about in this video was I think it was either on the Stone Cold podcast or in one of his Talk Is Jericho interviews, where Dean Ambrose was talking about the breakup of the Shield. How, how he felt like, obviously he mentions that, they would have been resistant of the Shield breaking up if they would have mentioned it sooner, because usually, at first they thought, this is going good, we're, become like some of the hottest things. But then again, think about it. When Seth Rollins turned on the Shield and broke them up, it was at a time where the Shield had reached probably the highest they can get. They just did the clean sweep of Evolution. What else was there really for them to do? They were at their highest level. So that heel turn was not just someone just going to the dark side and changing character. No, it was a heel turn that meant something. It was heartbreaking. Which, again, going back to Becky Lynch turning heel could be a heartbreaking moment. But anyways, again, starting out top here. This is about Dean Ambrose. So, Dean Ambrose returning. Everybody wants to see Dean Ambrose back, obviously. We wanted to see the Shield get back together for a brief run last year. I kept mentioning, though, I feel Dean Ambrose turning heel by causing the Shield to split up yet again would hurt the chances of seeing the Shield together in a match again further down the line. So obviously the prime target for Dean Ambrose to turn on is Seth Rollins. Because, let's face it, even they could pull off a Roman Reigns heel turn involving Seth Rollins as well. But of course, Roman's able to forgive Seth, just have to help him one time, whatnot. No, with Dean Ambrose, though, they build up a story there. And Dean Ambrose even mentioned that, he felt like, when he was still going to be the babyface after, the Shield broke up, he felt it was going to be tough for him to get fans to like him. He felt like he was a guy that's meant to be just a jerk, and we hate it. And get back to, like I said, Dean Ambrose saying that, you want to go out on your hottest act. This is what the position Dean Ambrose is in now. He's returning after being out with a 9-month injury with a new look. Everybody's excited to see him and whatnot. But the seeds are planted here, storyline-wise, put it this way. So, you think about it. Dean Ambrose could claim, and I'm kind of taking a page out of, a few other people on YouTube here who have mentioned this too. Dean Ambrose could turn heel, claiming that, he never fully did trust Seth Rollins, because when he does trust him, look what happens to him. Seth Rollins turned on him. They may have had a run or two with the Raw Tag titles last fall. Actually, just one, actually, my bad, because they dropped them to the bar before Rollins and Jordan won the back off of them after Ambrose went down with the triceps tear. And so but they wrote him off in a way it looked like Ambrose got hurt on Raw. And Ambrose can easily blame Rollins for that injury and be offended that he was replaced with Jason Jordan. And then pretty much, just Ambrose going on the fact that, every time I've trusted Seth Rollins, bad things happen to me. And the thing is also, I mentioned too, what makes a heel good also is there is some truth in what they have to say also. That is some of a true statement. Dean Ambrose has seemed to suffer when he trusts Seth Rollins. So, things seem to him feel like it's always just what's best for Seth Rollins. Such as, getting back together and winning the tag titles. Or now he's, having Dean come back just to be in his corner to stop Drew McIntyre from interfering in his matches with Dolph Ziggler. That way, Rollins can prove once and for all he is better than Dolph Ziggler and get that Intercontinental Championship back. But of course, as more people suggested, Ambrose turns on Rollins after he gets McIntyre down at the chair, looking like things are good. Rollins has everything right where he wants it, and then Ambrose strikes Rollins with the chair. Because if you remember, when Rollins was trying to make amends with Ambrose last year, he literally just stood there and said, "Here, you want to do what I did to you? Do it. Hit me with the chair." And it could be Ambrose saying, when I had that chair in my hands, I realized that was the right time. I wanted to do exactly what I should have done a year ago. Not trusted you and just struck you with the chair like I should have. And pretty much say he just wants to, get his revenge on Rollins and make him miserable, pretty much. And that's just a starting point with Dean Ambrose going heel. Again, eventually, it'll give him to a level where he could feud for a Universal title again. If you want to have Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose for Universal Championship, by all means. That is fresh from the beginning itself because, Reigns and Ambrose have been involved in multi-man matches against each other, but they haven't had a one-on-one actual feud between them. And it could be an interesting turn of events. Ambrose could be, getting on Reigns, which, of course, the thing is here, Ambrose getting on Reigns for, trusting Rollins would be kind of bizarre because, Ambrose is the heel, or supposed to be hating heel, Reigns being the babyface and whatnot, but then again, face and heels don't matter apparently anymore. But again, as I'm saying, in reality, how we should be cheering for it, if you know what I mean. So the seeds are planted there. Dean Ambrose's babyface run in the long run. Why should he turn heel again? That's the main question for this video. I pretty much just lay out the blueprint, kind of pulling some pages out of other people's, ideas as well, which I do agree with. But why does Dean Ambrose need to turn heel? Again, he's been a babyface for 4 years now. It's time for a character change to him. Yes, his babyface run's been good. He's been entertaining. He's won titles. And, a couple of his title reigns have been a little, mad. He was champion, but it's like, what much did he really do as champion? But he still has had a great run with this babyface character. It's been great. He's entertaining. He's funny, of course. Some of his funny lines that I may do in a top 10 special upcoming after the SummerSlam pay-per-views are over. But it's time for a change. And it's time to bring out the inner Jon Moxley in him. Give him fresh views, a fresh direction, bring out something different. Bring back, like another thing I'm gonna take out of my good friend Daniel Guy suggests, like make him pretty much like the Joker of WWE. I think that would primarily work for Dean Ambrose. Again, make it that dark character. He already has that look. They just gotta pull the trigger and do the turn this Sunday. And again, the prime target for him could be Seth Rollins. The story is there, and I mean, it's a little bit expected now for Dean to turn heel based off the rumors and whatnot. But I think that's how it should happen. Dean Ambrose needs to turn heel, needs a refreshing character, and of course the primary target to do so is to Seth Rollins. Because as I mentioned before, obviously when Ambrose has trusted Rollins, things have happened to him. And it got as far as him being out for 9 months with a tricep tear. Yes, he apparently had injured that before, when he was written off, but they used that to storyline-wise write him off as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. Again, thank you to Lauren again for suggesting this topic. So this is my way of kind of, answering that question for her as to why I think Dean Ambrose should turn heel. So guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think Dean Ambrose should turn heel? Do you think he should not turn heel? Before I go off the air, here's the only match though right now that I would want to see the Shield have is a feud of the Undisputed Era. That would be an awesome feud. However, though, the thing is before I go off the air again, I just forgot to add this in. Again, the iron is hot right now. Obviously, Dean Ambrose is coming back doing Rollins' dirty work. And if he's going to mention the fact that, it's always been about what Seth wants, it's going to feel more true. But if Dean Ambrose just continues to be buddies with Seth for a few months as they feud the Undisputed Era, then unfortunately it's going to go downhill. And I feel like, when the turn happens, it's not going to mean anything. Kind of like what happens whenever, Seth Rollins, it waited too long to turn him face, and when he finally did, he was kind of in a hole for a while until Triple H finally decided to show up again, and that's when he started having some meaning in his character again. But I want to throw that out there. But again, guys, why do you think Dean Ambrose should turn heel? Do you think he should? If not, what are your reasons for there? If he remains a babyface, what other feuds do you think there are for him to do so with? And what other feuds as a heel would you want to see him have besides with Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, be sure to always click like and subscribe to our content on this channel. Follow me on Twitter at TheManAir93. And I'll see you guys later on my next video, whichever that may be. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your night. Take care, everybody. Peace out.